For creating a more realistic texture like what we have in our photo, we can use a CLO Knitwear option. I start by copying the fabric we have in our body, make a copy of it and name it olive knit, and I want to call it rib 1 by 1. Because if you are familiar with the knitting types, you know that this kind of knit is called a rib 1 by 1. I can show you a few type of knitwear, and if you are interested more in the knit fabric and how you can create them in CLO, I'll put a link in description and you can follow that for knowing more about knit texture in CLO. However, for our purpose today, I can tell you that this kind of knitwear you see in the photo is called rib stitch and is created by one purl stitch and one plain stitch. Of course, the number of purl and plain can change, and that's why we call this one 1 by 1, but the one in this photo it's 2 by 1. And the one in the bottom and the color of this sweater is also different, and it is similar to like 4 by 2. CLO is capable of creating other types of knitwear like garter stitch, stocking stitch, moss stitch, basket stitch, and if you are interested, again I'll recommend you follow the link I'll put in the description and you can know more. So now that we know that our body has used the rib 1 by 1, here on the type I can choose knitwear, and here in the stitching type I choose the 1 by 1 option. Now for other elements of this fabric, we can change some things like yarn thickness, which is very important, and gauge. Gauge per inch is like SPI, which is a stitch per inch. The bigger the gauge is, it means that in 1 inch you have more stitches, and the less it is, it means that you have less stitches, like just like how you count the SPI for the seams. So let's see how it looks on our garment. I also want to change the color as well first, so that it's very clear. If you want to change the color, first thing you do is desaturate, so that this color of the base fabric doesn't affect the color you choose. So if you go down, you find the base color here and you see this one, just click on desaturate. Now if you want to choose the color you like, you click on here, and you can choose any of this color, or with the eyedropper go to your garment and choose something similar to what you want. Okay, it gives me this color, but I would like to find something a little bit lighter, so I apply and close. Now I select all of my pieces, actually only body I wanna choose, not the rib parts, and apply these olive knits. Okay, now you see that our stitch is applied and it looks pretty similar to what we have. Let's see. The chunkiness and the yarn thickness looks fine to me, but let's play a little bit with this. The yarn thickness is 2. I can change it to 3 and it becomes thicker. I think 3 is better. The thicker you choose your yarn to be, you need to reduce your gauge or make sure that it is adjusted. For example, if my thickness is 3 and my gauge is 10, it means that stitches are closer together and we have more stitches in 1 inch, exactly 10. So I want to reduce that to be 7, for example, and I think that's closer to what we have, or maybe we can also change it to 8 and increase the thickness. So you can play around with this until you get the texture you like. And the color, I think it's not very close to what I want. Another point about color is that you can change the number of plies and the color of each ply. This is very interesting. So here the ply amount is 4, which means that 4 yarns are intertwined together to create our yarn. If you have seen a knitting yarn, you see that it's usually not one yarn, but there are number of yarns that are twisted together to create that yarn. Here we have 4 ply. So if I have it at 3, it will be different. And if I apply different colors, for example, I apply this yellow for ply number 1 and apply a darker olive, you see I will create this effect, which is very interesting if you want to have different colors in your knitwear. So I want to choose very closer colors together, so I try to mimic what I have here by the eyedropper. Even the last one. So right now I see that my fabric is too shiny, and you can fix that by going to the matteness part and increase the matteness. And to the reflection part and increase the roughness. Now it's less shiny, but the color is still dark. I'm trying to choose a less dark color for my plies. Okay, now that I'm happy with the color of my sweater, I can change the rib as well. Okay, so we choose our fabric again. Just make sure everything is set. No other changes we want to do. Ply amount is 3. And I put generate seams on because I want cut and sew effect on my body. My color is okay, and reflection and roughness, as I said, it means that how rough our garment is, which we want more because before it was shiny. And for the physical property, we are good. Fabric, and this is our knitwear. And for the thickness, I keep 2 for the fabric because I want some thickness in my fabric. Okay, now that I'm happy with my body, I'll copy it for the rib and name it olive knit rib 4x2. And here what I wanna change is just here I choose the rib 4x2. The rest is okay. And I wanna apply this to my rib. So I select my rib, my collar, and my sleeve hem, and I apply this for them. Okay, by looking at this rib, I think 4 is too much, 4x2, and I want to change it to 2x2. And here, okay, this is closer, and reduce the gauge. Yeah, this one looks closer to what we have. And also one more thing is that you see how the edges of the rib is like cut and sewn. That's because we have chosen the option generate seam off. So that's good to have it off for the body, but for the rib it's better to have it on because it helps showing the edges folded and nice. You see how it is not like cut down anymore. So I want that, and this one is missing the fabric. And here it seems the part which should be purl is on the other side, so I wanna reverse the fabric by right clicking and choose flip normal. As you see, when we are applying the knitwear functioning CLO, it becomes very slow. So that's why you should do it in the end when you have done all of your pattern alteration. Okay, now let's simulate and see. Okay, I played a little bit more with the color to make it look a bit darker. One more thing I would like to do is to give a little bit more tension to the rib, and I can do that with this steaming tool you can find in CLO here. This doesn't change the dimension of your pattern but makes it shrink and look smaller. So I want to apply this with -5% to start and apply it on the upper edge of my rib and see how it looks. As you see, it becomes a little bit more tense, like how it looks in our photo. And the more you apply the shrinkage, the more it looks smaller. But at the same time, your pattern dimension won't change. Okay, I would like to use it a little bit more, and maybe I increase the shrinkage amount to -10, and I apply it to lower edge of my rib this time and see how it looks. Let's remove our knitwear, show knitwear option because it slows down the process. Simulate again. I bring this up a little bit. And I think the shrinking also reduced the height of my rib, I want to increase it by quarter, and also maybe to remove the steam option, you can right click and remove all steams. So let's look at it again. I think our rib would be quarter longer. So right click on this line, offset pattern outline and increase by quarter. And now we can use the steam option and have it that -5. I think -5 was fine. And try to apply it on the lower edge only. Okay, I think that's enough. It has a bit more tension. We don't want a lot. And we can also apply a little bit on our sleeves. Now we can bring our knitwear option back. Okay, now that we are happy with our knit, we can apply our embroidery.